Okay, let's talk. Let's answer some questions here. Hopefully this is in the frame. This is some questions. This is Jesse Coyle, YouTuber Jesse Coyle. I've got some questions here on testosterone usage in amateur cycling. I can speak from personal experience on that. This is the questions Jesse's asked. What are the benefits from your experience? What are the telltale signs to look out for? How common is it? What are the ethics of it? If you're racing, e.g. Mark Lewis TRT? How many pros of doping, included in Phil Gaimon discussion? Tubeless road debate, the fat you eat is the fat you wear debate. Let's just talk about the testosterone use in amateur cycling. It's fucking there, man. Like, what if you know, you know, all right? And once you use real testosterone, all right? Once you're pinning yourself or whatever, especially pinning, because you just get that, androgenicity that you don't get with any other elements. If you're taking the patches or the gels, you don't get the same level of anabolic androgenic effects. You just don't get that. I first started using anabolic steroids prescription from the doctor in 2014. Actually, a lie. I was in Thailand. I was getting it from the hospital. I didn't have a prescription because in Thailand there's different rules over there. And then I went back to Australia and I got a script. So yeah, 2014 was I first started pinning myself with test. And yeah, I've tried I've tried the caps, I've tried the gels, I've tried injections, I've experimented with all different compounds, all different esters, testosterone nanthate, testosterone cypionate, decanoate, undecanoate, isocarbonate, blah, 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 blah. It's all that test esters, except for test suspension I haven't used, which I think would be a very common compound to use because it's in and out of your system really quickly. So it's like, it'd be very common, I would say, for certain athletes in certain sports to get around recovery and microdosing that. The main benefits I noticed with it, let me get the phone up so we can stay on topic here because I like to go on different levels, is the main thing I noticed with it is just the red blood cell boost, all right? You can produce more hemoglobin. That's what I noticed. It's like, I've even talked to a few pro riders about this. I'm like, why are you guys using EPO? Like, why don't you just use some testosterone? Why not just get a TUE for it, And they're like, I don't think it works that way. And I'm like, well, it does, because look at my blood test, look at my hemoglobin levels, okay? So now I'm not sure everyone's going to respond like that, but I definitely have, pushing hemoglobin up there, 180, 190, and just fucking on the bike, fuck all training, just, still got the same watts as if I'm training 1,000 Ks a week, all right? It's insane. There's definitely guys in Australia and the US, in the local amateur sort of, wannabe pros, almost pro sort of scene there, who are using EPO, testosterone. It's fucking there. They're using prednisone, they're using aspirin puffers, they're using caffeine, they're using Adderall, they're using modafinil, they're using methylphenidate, they're using, prednisone, Kenacort, things like that. They're using it, all right? It's just, if you know, you know, all right? It's like, and there's so many people that, no, dude, Rodney, you don't know. It's like, dude, you've never fucking used testosterone, man. It's like, there's that guy on YouTube, Zero Friction Cycling. I got him into road cycling a few years back. He's a runner, had an injury. I said, get on a bike, get a lightweight carbon bike, get a power meeting on Strava, boom, you'll love it. And he did, he loved it. But there's guys like that out there who just believe anything that they read on the internet. They're just so, they try and be objective truth seekers, but they just believe whatever, all right? So that's like majority of cyclists out there. They're just naive, and they get scammed, and then, some of them are like, oh, I got scammed, I don't like that, I want to try and scam others because, blah, 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 so I don't feel like I'm stupid, blah, 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 and for whatever reason, it goes deep in a rabbit hole, but just people have never actually used anything, It's like if you've never ridden a wax chain, or you've never ridden black grinding paste, if you're a virgin, like if you're a virgin in life in certain things, your opinion is very just based on often your feelings or what ChatGPT or Google told you versus what's fucking real. On this channel, we genuinely do unfiltered content, as long as it's within the rules of the internet. There's that level of filter, but you know what I'm saying, right? I share information that's going to help people. Honest, factual information, all right? Whether it's coming from such and such or such and such. I don't like that person because they did that. Whatever, that's irrelevant to the conversation. We're talking about this. What they did or didn't do, that's irrelevant to the conversation. We're talking about this, and their experience is relevant, okay? So I just do unfiltered. All right, people email me, message me. I don't like it when you're doing that. Fucking relax, buddy. Do your own show if you want to be beta and just like protect people's feelings. I'm here to help people with their performance in life. Every day I wake up since 2001 and I do whatever the fuck I want to do. Every single day since 2001. And over time it's been modulated and refined and machined, you know, for even more freedom and more like, boom, expression and participation in my daily reality. But 2001, I remember waking up and I'm like, I'm going to go to France. I'm going to watch a Tour de France. I'm going to start living my life how I want to fucking live it, okay? I'm going to go to Asia. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start doing this, all right? And I started doing that. And that's why I'm a happy motherfucker, all right? People are like, you're angry. I'm passionate and frustrated. How many fucking simps and beaters are out there who want to stay simp and beater, okay? We're all simp and beater to some degree. Then eventually, hopefully, most of us snap out of it and become men and say, no, this is bullshit. This is the facts. Might hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. Not sorry, okay? But learning these truths will help you become a fucking man and better yourself, etc., okay? So that everyone in your life goes up. Be the boat that rises the tide, okay? Be the boat that rises the tide. Someone's like, oh, Harley, you just got energy because you're on TRT. And it's like, no, one, I'm not on TRT. I've used TRT. I've blasted 1,000 mg a week. That's not TRT, all right? I've used all different types of dosages. But if you look pre-2014, before I ever touched any anabolic, I was still during rider. I was still me. I've always been like this, largely since 2001, when I'm like, no, this needs to be said. No, this is how it should be. This is better. Let's go with that, okay? That's my personality. I chase performance in life, overall picture, all right? Might be the bedroom, the boardroom, whatever. Just performance in life, and I like to raise other people up, okay? So the performance doesn't come with the TRT. The TRT will help your performance. Sugar is more important than TRT. If you gave me a choice between kicking ass in life, kicking ass in the bike, with sugar, white bags of sugar versus pharmaceutical grade testosterone, sugar every fucking time. And people are losing it right now. Unsubscribe, I'm disliking, dude. I could feel my email coming in. This is what I'm fucking talking about, man. It's like 95% of people out there are going to live a shitty quality of life because they're just following this indoctrination of bullshit out there, okay? I can speak from personal experience, man. And I can be fucking transparent and open because I don't really give a fuck what people say or think because I care more. I care a little bit, but I care more about helping people, okay? I go to bed not wanting to be Mr. Popular. I go to bed wanting to be Mr. Impactful, that I've helped people that day, okay? Cleared the bullshit, given them direction, let's go. That's what gets me up in the morning early, keeps me up late at night. So where were we? Sugar's way more powerful than TRT. But if you want to build muscle, if you want to go from, if you're a woman and want to transition to a man, then yeah, sugar ain't going to do that. You need, you're going to be using prescription grade tests from your doctor. So yeah, but in terms of performance in life, cycling, sugar for the win, okay? Because your body's already producing testosterone, and more testosterone as a cyclist is there's a fine line there. The benefits are it increases your ability to store more sugar. Okay, that's another huge one. Secondary to red blood cell production, erythropoiesis. Second to red blood cell production, your increase of erythrocytes, is the glycogen petitioning. I notice with anabolic steroids, all of them, anadrol, trenbolone acetate, oxandrolone, Winstrol, etc., test esters that my glycogen petitioning, my ability to store more sugar in my muscles and brain and liver and everything, it just is enhanced. And I have more endurance because of the sugar storage ability. It's like you're boring out the fuel tank in your car or whatever, or your e-bike to a bigger capacity, and you can store more sugar in there. Okay, so, but if you're not having the extra sugar, then what happens is your cortisol goes right up, and you can become roid ragey. Okay, that's why guys on Tren. Tren's probably my favorite compound, trenbolone acetate. And people go, you use Tren, you look like my 12-year-old sister skinny. That's right, And they're the same guys who will buy the protein powder from Will Trenison and think he's natty. Then they'll go critique me because I'm being honest. I accept it, man. This is how it is. So Tren, it just increases the sugar intake But if you don't have enough carbs and sugar in your diet, your cortisol stays up high and you become roid raging. Like I've been on trend and I'm like, I need I need sugars right now because I'm about to like do something I'm gonna regret. Okay, with some douchebag in trying to intimidate me or whatever. You know, like go to someone's I can't say it, but you really have to know yourself before you start throwing in these compounds. Okay, that's why I recommend being natty as fuck for decades, or at least just as long as you can. Okay, be natty as fuck so you know thyself. Okay, do epic shit on the bike, no caffeine, no stims, nothing. Just I've done 24-hour rides, no stims, just fucking let's go. Nothing, no stims, nothing, no test, nothing, no shots, nothing. Full natty bra, no green tea, no cacao, just full 24-hour mountain bike races solo all through the night. You know, have a power nap on the side of the track for 5 minutes, wake up shivering cold, go again. Okay, doing that sort of shit, riding across Australia without a single milligram of stimulants in my blood. In dealing with all the thoughts and the emotions and all the things that come up with that, and understanding a lot of the lows are just because insufficient sleep, water, sugar. It's just having those realizations when you're full of hormones and full of, you know, exogenous hormones and full of stims. You don't have that chill time where you can just like listen to the wind, really reflect, listen to your thoughts, control them, etc. You don't have that. So when I see people throwing in all these compounds, I'm like, dude, your cortisol is way too high already. All right, your diet model's shit house. Let's work with your diet first, and you'll get probably 95% of the benefits right there. Okay, especially in terms of performance. I work with world tour riders, very, very big names, very, very big names, very, very big brands I work with in terms of marketing, etc. And I don't disclose this primarily because we're talking about PEDs, etc. So that's just like, boom, I'm part of the murder. But also for the trolls out there, you work with I've known this since like first world tour ride I worked with, probably like 2014, 2015. And I was like, well, I want to keep this in the hush. I'm like, why would we keep it in the hush? We're not doing any drugs. We're talking about veganism. And it's like, because, you know, I've got some colourful fans. So we keep that in the lowdown. But all you have to do is look at the impact. Look at how much more pro cyclists out there are smashing sugar now. Peter Sagan with the gummy bears, things like that. I wonder where I got that influence from. You know, like just things like that. Okay. So we'll say no more. That's just the reality. Okay, out there is the drugs are like eating breakfast, but you can take all the drugs in the world you want if you don't have the right nutrition, the right amount of glycogen in your muscles. Bye-bye. It's absolute waste of drugs in my opinion. So that's why I tell people to work, when I coach people, let's look at your daily lifestyle, how we can max out things like that. And then often we don't even need any compounds. You know, it depends what your goals are though. And if we do use compounds, if we throw some compounds in there, we can attenuate the side effects by using the lowest dose possible by titrating up, because we've maximized all the good shit, all the natty elements, and then you sprinkle a little bit of compounds in there and then boom, it just fucking lights up. What we do see is with people neglecting sleep, water, sugar, just following mainstream bullshit, and then they throw compounds in, cortisol's up, performances go haywire here and there. The mindset definitely goes fucking nuts because you've got these ups and downs. Estrogen going up, or your estrogen crashing, or you're taking letrozole or some bullshit like that, and crashing estrogen, you're just totally asexual, your dick doesn't work, you're apathetic as fuck, and then you're busted for something. It's just like, what are you doing, man? Who's your advisor? So I really feel for athletes out there who do get caught for doping and stuff, and it's like, man, like, you just got taken for a fucking ride. Because a lot of these doctors that are out there, they don't really care about people, they just care about the mullah. Same with the bike industry, like dudes selling $200 wax Shimano chain, $200, zero friction cycling. You know, it's just like, well, you got, you know, the latest Specialized Epic for like 19,000 Australian dollars. It's like, come on, man, it's made in fucking China. You know, like how much profit are we looking to make, man? Come on, let's just be more realistic. I remember back in the day, you get an SOX Epic for like $4,000, you know, on sale and stuff like that, like $5,000 maybe, $6,000 for the carbon first ones. But it's getting out of hand in this world. But anyway, so that's the deal there. So it's very, very common. It's fucking common, man. Like millions of people around the world inject testosterone every single day. I can go to any pharmacy in Australia and they can order me testosterone. It will be there in the moment. I can just grab it, buy it, boom, thank you very much. Or they'll have it in for me tomorrow. They get it from the warehouse. Every single pharmacy in Australia. How many pharmacies in Australia is there? And when you ask them, they're just like, they're not like, oh, testosterone. Oh, do we even do that? They fucking do it, man. And they just like, no worries. It's like fucking aspirin. Probably not as common as aspirin, obviously, but they're not. Yep, no worries. What do you want? What do you want? You know? Same in USA, etc. It's fucking everywhere. It's online. People get it shipped to their fucking house. It's so easy to get. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying it's very, very common. And people, they zip their lips. I don't use any steroids. No, I don't. No. It's like, fucking, I know dudes who are like 120 kilos, swole motherfuckers, like, Harley, I don't use any steroids. And I'm just like, dude, it's fucking me, man. You know, it's fucking me. You know? Like, I'm not going to tell anyone. Oh, no. It's just like, you know, admitting to steroid usage is like, or being open about it is extremely rare. I lose subscribers every time I talk about this stuff, but I don't care. Because I'm not here to be Mr. Fake and fucking shiny. I'm here to be Mr. fucking real, keep it 100. Mr. Unfiltered. Genuinely. Not just say it in the bio. Actually be that. Alright? I offend people. I'm not here to offend people. I'm here to fucking help people. And if you're offended by me trying to help you, that's on you. You lose. I don't lose. Alright? My cock still gets fucking sucked every day. I'm still making the coin. I'm still waking up every day doing what the fuck I want to do. Still eating all my favorite foods, okay? And by you ignoring what I'm saying, because blah, 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 you read some fucking, from some beta simp dudes that Google dudes, and you believe the bullshit out there, you fucking lose, man. You fucking lose. Because like, well, I can't follow Harley's advice because some other beta said this. You fucking lose. Your life still stays shit. You miss the watts, you leave money on the table, you leave pussy on the table, or you leave dong on the table, that's what you're into. You're leaving life quality on the fucking table because you won't take my advice because some fucking jealous simp beta, alright, who can never pull the chicks that I pull. You know? Look at these dudes. And again, don't have any hate for these dudes out there, my haters, whatever. I don't have any hate for them, right? No, zero hate. Hate's a wasted emotion, all right? Maybe I did back in the day, and I was like, you know, you get little spikes here and there, your cortisol's up, and you have some sugar, okay, I'm good to go. You know, little snippets here and there, just primal shit. But in terms of genuine hate, no, don't have that. Because how can you hate someone who's hating their life so much, they want to make up bullshit about you? How can you have hate for someone like that? Like, for me to say some of the shit that other people say about me, and then they know it's a lie. They know it's not true. They just want to like, slander and defame. You have to be going with some really dark shit. Really dark shit. You see all these people who are taking antidepressants. Maybe it's antidepressants talking on the keyboard or whatever. And I feel for these people. I'm like, fuck, dude, like, snap out of it. Like, listen to my advice. You can still think I'm a douchebag, but just do what I do, man. And then eventually be like, actually, I feel fucking good. Actually, Harley's alright. But the goal isn't for you to go, Harley's alright. The goal is for you to have the best quality life ever. Because when you're having a good quality life, guess what happens to my quality life? Goes up, okay? We all want to be the rising the fucking tide up. Look how fucked the world is today, man. It's fucking crazy. Is this thing working? It is. You know, like you got people out there, like look how lean I am. I'm not sure if you can sort of see that, you know? The vascularity. And I'm hardly training. I'm eating all of what I want. I eat out of a fucking dog bowl, man. Right? This is literally a dog bowl I bought from a Chinese lady. She had some cheap dishes and kitchen utensils, like $5 for the bag. This is probably her fucking little terrier dog eating out of this bowl. Mate, I have the bowl. I have one bowl, has cereal in there, has rice, just has everything. I hardly even clean it. Maybe got a bit of pigeon shit in there. People are so triggered, man. You know, if you want to have more happiness in life, have less fucking rules. People are out there popping their fucking meds and shit because they got, you know, whatever's going on in their head because they have too many fucking rules. I don't eat out of a dog. It could be a mixing bowl or a dog bowl. People think I'm weird. How much do you want to live a life on fucking hard mode? You know what I mean? It's like fucking riding on your brakes, like having disc brakes on your road bike. Why do you want to make it even harder? And then grab those disc brakes, just put them on slightly, so you're just rubbing those rotors even more. Why do you want to live life on hard mode like that? Like live life on fucking full octane mode, right? Versus harder than it has to be in mode. Okay? I like to live life on easy mode so I can go hard versus hard mode that burns me and wears me out. and I hate life and hate people, okay? So people are just so triggered, like, oh, I can't be, oh, you know what I mean? Don't let certain people in life manipulate you so you lose, okay? If you're gonna be, we should all be manipulated, but so we go up versus go down, okay? Anyway, where were we? So testosterone, it's like, it's fucking everywhere, man. You know, it's fucking everywhere. I don't recommend people using it. I'm coming back off because I did an experiment where I was trying to get to 90 kgs and I got to 85.3. It was fucking hard, man. Like gaining weight and being lean is fucking hard, man. Like getting fat is fucking just eat all the fucking KFC chips and shit you want. Getting fat's easy, but being relatively lean and having some sort of vascularity, and I got to 85 kilos, 85.3 last year in Thailand. I had to stop riding my bike for almost a month. I rode like once a week, and rode a motorbike around, and then the weight came up real easy. But it's like, but that's not me. That's not me. I mean, it's fun for a month and sort of a bit novel, and it's cool to have a break in that, but this just wasn't me. And then I'd ride the e-bike around to try and gain more weight, and that was good. But then the e-bike died. I tried to put it onto a cargo bike, and then it died, and I was like, oh, I gotta get it fixed. And I just started riding my road bikes around again, and started riding that cargo bike, and started racing people. And like, this feels more fun. And the weight just started going down. I'm like, why am I using all these compounds? This is just pointless. So I dropped the dosages right down and just slowly wean off. You know, because just dropping off straight away is a bit dumb. Like let it, you know, come out of your system. Because for me, yeah, that's a different topic. But you know, and now I'm like 75.9 kilos this morning. So I've dropped like 9 kilos just from dropping the compounds and then using my bike for commuting around. And if you go on my Strava, I've done maybe 2,000 Ks this year. In 4 months, 2,000 Ks. I've done 2,000 Ks in 6 days before, 6.5 days before, okay? And last year I did just over 2,000 K. So I ran 95 Ks last year. This year I've ran about 70 Ks so far. Last week I did a 16:44 at Park Run West Beach and beat some really good runners who I'm not sure why I don't know, and that happened, but I just had a good day. And it was a 16:33 5K on the course is a bit longer, and I had a few turnarounds. So my fitness is coming back good. So I think I'm just gonna like lay off the gear for a bit, let the weight drop, so my performance can go up. Because right now I've got the red blood cells, I've got all the good things going on there, but I'm just too heavy. I don't have a huge motor in me. I've got a high VO2 max, what's 80 something or whatever, but that I don't have that in terms of, you know, I'm not a 400 watt rider. I'm more like a 360 watt for an hour sort of guy. Super skinny, 59, 60 kilo at peak, you know. So that's about 6 watts per kilo. You know, more than that, bye. You know, I'm not keeping up over 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm not one of these guys out there who's like naturally 80 kilos and can sit on like 450 watts or whatever, 90 kg and sit on 450 up north. Something that's not me. I mean, those guys exist. They're very fucking rare, but they're bigger dudes, naturally bigger dudes, and they just got these fucking watt motors in them, you know, big hearts, big lungs, you know. So yeah, that's the deal there. So I would say that was Jesse's question. It's by doing these things, I can speak from experience. What are the telltale signs to look out for? Just spikes in performance, man. You know, like the biggest thing to see if someone's on the good shit is spikes in performance. In January they're creeping, July they're fucking winning the Tour de France, whatever. The big fucking jumps, or you got mates who you were smashing a while ago and they're still training, and then they're just fucking launching. It's like, hang on, like you're not training much different, you know, or you're a consistent rider. Like, yeah, maybe if you're like me and you haven't ridden, you've done 2,000 Ks in a year, and I was getting flogged by pretty much everyone last year, and now I'm, you know, getting almost back up there again. But it's taken me like 4 months to get there. It's just when you have those extreme spikes, you know, that people keep for like a few weeks and then they crash down. It's like, that's interesting. That is PEDs. Oh, they were just peaking, and no. It's red blood cells. Okay, they have a certain lifespan, then they drop off. You recover, and you go back on again. If you're getting tested, etc. So Mark Lewis, I don't know who Mark Lewis is until you've let me know, Jesse. I'll go do a deep dive on him. How many pros are doping? All sports, man. like triathlon, swimming, running, cycling, fucking badminton. All right, if there's money and fame for grabs, drugs are on the table. All right, I don't know any athletes out there who are natty, and by natty I mean aspirin, caffeine, testosterone, EPO, etc. Everyone's taken something pretty much. Well, 99.9% of people out there are taking something. Oh, caffeine's not performance enhancing. That's not doping. I do caffeine. Just because you do it doesn't mean it's not fucking doping, man. Like, caffeine's a huge performance enhancer. Right? Delays fatigues, open airways, boom, boost cortisol, you know. Fucks your sleep and you fucks your recovery, but on the 1 day thing, or 5K, yeah, it's going to go you know. But you have to recover from that, okay? There's better drugs than caffeine out there, in my opinion, my experience. So, you know, like, everyone's on something, you know. Oh, that's not doping. I use caffeine at work. I use aspirin at work. I use painkillers at work. Oh, my doctor gives me TRT. I'm not doping. Yes, you are. You're a fucking doper, mate. And I'm going to lose people like that as well. Like, if you're taking drugs to increase performance, oh, well, I've got a headache. I'm at work. I've got to get shit done. You're taking a drug to increase your performance. You know? Regardless if it's banned or not, you're taking a pharmaceutical drug to increase performance. You are doping, whether it's legal or not. Now, you know, that's boom. For me, it's 99% of people out there, you know, from park runners up to world-class marathoners. Now, in terms of EPO, that's a much more smaller niche, because a lot of people don't want to get caught, all right? Because EPO is like, oh, you use EPO, you know. If you get caught with EPO, it's like, oh, you can use all the other drugs no one gives a fuck about, but EPO, because Lance and that, you know. Go, oh, you're like Lance. Lance was a boat that, you know, a tide that rose the boats of everyone. Lance definitely did good things for cycling. And he came from a troubled childhood, and of course his behaviour was going to be expected like that. Okay, so it's like, Lance was a douchebag. Yeah, like look how he got raised. Look at what he was born into. You know, chip on his shoulder, dumped by his dad. You know, like, just wanted to be the best in the world. Got cancer. His team cut him. Like, you got to be like a Mr. Loving guy. No, you're not. Have some empathy and realism, people out there. It's just like when people are like, oh, you got Lance Armstrong on your podcast. Oh, I'm unsubscribing. Good. So yeah, that's the deal there. You know, the Cookie Man came up. I've got no hate for Cookie Man. I think I would be sad if Cookie Man didn't exist. Yes, he called me a rapist because I pointed out that he'd lied about where his carbon frames in 2017 came. Was it 2017? 2019. He was getting sponsored by a brand who were getting frames from another, you know, an OEM supplier in China, and did videos about that, you know. And Phil lied point blank about it. Said, no, it's not. These are different videos. These are different frames. And it's like his sponsor confirmed it. His sponsor said, yep, they are the exact same frame. So Phil lied, caught red-handed. Instead of going, yeah, guys, I'm sorry. Dude, I was a rapist. No woman's ever set up a rapist. There's no police reports. There's no convictions, no charges, no interrogations, no interviews. There's absolutely fucking zero proof of that. There's some guy out there saying, oh, Drew, my girlfriend didn't fuck Drew. Like, she wouldn't do that. No. She destroyed my pelvis. And he got raped. It was fucking me by Hannah. And Michael, the documentary man, you know, like, doing these videos about me. So now it spreads, and it's just, yeah, people on antidepressants doing crazy shit. Spreading rumors about Drew and so I don't believe Phil's time's a natty. Alright, it's just no fucking way. Like, this guy was a fucking bench warmer as a pro, alright? On the cleanest team in cycling, you know, which is questionable, that the cleanest team on cycling, he was the bench warmer, alright? They'd send him to races like Roubaix and shit. That's how much JV didn't like Phil, alright? Because Phil had this clean tattoo, and he's just like, okay, get this guy out of here, send him off to Roubaix. And so I sort of feel sorry in a way for Phil, you know, because it's like he was trying to do the right thing, but people saw through it, and it's like, you know, there's no such thing as clean pro sport. And then eventually, I guess Phil, in my opinion, just said, fuck it, okay, let me see how many watts I could push if I use the same shit that everyone else used. And boom, he's pushing the doper watts, all right? He's beating dopers up on times. Oh, but he's a specialist hill climber. No, he's not fucking not a specialised hill climber. When he was a pro cyclist, what was he? He was a fucking bottle carrier. He wasn't a protected hill climber. Oh, but now he's got more time to train. Like, that's not how it works. What pro athlete gets better when they fucking retire? What marathon runner sets PRs in the marathon, PRs in the 5K when they retire? You think Kipchoge is going to break, be smashing out some crazy 5K 7 years after he retires? Like, what the fuck? People, man, use some fucking logic, okay? If you're doing the doper watts, if you're running the doper times, if you're swimming the doper laps, you're on the fucking good shit too. It's just, it's just how it is. There's certain physiological limits with hemoglobin that cannot be achieved as a natty, okay? They just can't. Still recording, yes we are. 30 minutes, damn. We can waffle a lot, can't we? So that's just the deal. Again, no hate to Cookie Man. I think he's great out there. He endorses what I promote. Rim brakes, spin to win. He's getting it done. He's carving up as well. He talks. I just had a little croissant. That dude's fucking smashing the sugars. Like, I just had a little croissant, half a croissant, a piece of bacon. Fuck off, man. You know what I mean? Like, try and do those watts on such little carbohydrate. You can't. You can't even do those watts anyway. But like, imagine if you could. Like, you know what I mean? Like, try and do your PR watts on fuck all carbohydrate. That's my issue as well with people like Phil. Is they don't really tell people what they're really fucking doing because they want to cash in on the mainstream noobs who want their feelings protected. And that's why these guys out there like that have such depression, right? You see it in their faces, you see it in their body language, you see it in their voice, because they're living this lie for popularity, for financial gain, and they go to sleep at night and think, fuck, I feel so empty. I've become one of those sellouts that I never said I would. But it's too late now. But it's not too late, okay? It's not too late. The best way to live is just, you think Tyler Hamilton's a good example because he's a pro athlete. And pros, it's different because, they're entertainers. And people argue, YouTube's just entertainment. Yeah, I get that, but if Cookie Man's made a career of that clean tattoo, okay, and now he's doing doper watts, he's gonna look like a real big fucking hypocrite if he comes clean about that, pun intended. So, but I still think you should. He could just say, look guys, I was just fucking curious, and I believe that. I have been using APA. Duran Rider was right. Across the natty path. Across the natty fence, went down to Tijuana, Mexico, and we got on their magic fucking cookies. Okay, Phil Gaimon, Cookie Man. When I rode him up north summer that day, I ran a sub 17 5K the day before, so my fitness was pretty decent. I'd done a few climbs that morning. I was pretty fatigued, and there's no way I don't know if even with fresh legs I would have kept up with him. So I got dropped very quickly. But even then, I was looking at the watts, I was thinking, what the fuck is going on here? And the ease of which he was pushing those watts is not normal. And the second guy who got dropped is a guy called Guy Calmer. I think it's Guy Calmer, so God if I pronounced it wrong. Guy Calmer. And about a week later or something, he won a crit in Perth against the Australian road champ, and which was, what's his face? Michael, what's his name? Australian road champ, 2019. And Cam Meyer, he beat him in the sprint on a fucking road disc brake bike. Like, this dude's a gun rider. And Phil dropped him, boom, about a minute after me. Right? And Guy had fresh legs. So he'd been out riding that morning like I had. So, and the energy that Phil came past at is like nothing I've ever seen in my life before. And I've ridden with all the fucking dopers out there. All right? Ridden with all the big names. And I've never seen anything like that. That was like I'm doing 450 watts. I even pulled out my phone at the back just to troll and pretend I was taking a call. That's why I got dropped, and the trolls out of Phil did that one. That's funny. Go watch Phil's video on that one. So it's just sort of like the people's reactions to that. But it's just like, you know what I mean? So that's what we're talking about. Like, he did like 455 watts up Norton Summit, and the dude that day was so fucking skinny. Like, he did a photo standing next to Tori, and Tori's a very skinny girl. Like, she's like 6 foot, very skinny. And he was bigger, Tori was like bigger than Phil, alright? And Tori was in model weight, right? And Phil had a smaller upper body than her. It's like, you're not pushing those watts at that weight as a natty, in my opinion. And you just come off the plane, alright? And a climb he's never done before other than that morning. So it's just like, and end of winter, it's like, fuck off, man. That's just my opinion, okay? I mean, I don't have any proof, okay? I don't have any proof that unicorns don't exist either. Do you have any proof that unicorns don't exist? Then why do you not believe in unicorns? Would you loan me $10,000? I'll pay you back. Would you have any proof I wouldn't pay you back? Give me $10,000. You know what I mean? The logic of, do you have any proof? I mean, obviously there's things in life where you need to have proof, okay? Use your brain there. But when you see something, All right, and you see the data. There's your fucking. There's your proof right there. Okay. It's a bit like. It's a bit like, you've got a cat. Remember the cartoon? Was it Tom and Jerry? One of the cats, and you got the Tweety Bird, and the lady turns around. Tweety Bird's gone, and Tom's mouth is full, and there's a little feather hanging out there. Did she see Tom eat the little bird, Tweety? No, but you can see here that there's a bulge, and the bird's gone, and there's a little yellow feather here. Okay, do you see someone pitting up EPO 6 weeks before? No, but you see the watts they did and how easy they did it. You see that, okay? So it's like proof, okay? So some things in life you need extraordinary proof, okay? Extraordinary claims, extraordinary proof. But when you see it in real life and you hear it, right? I could hear him breathing, talking. Like a resistor got it. He must have a fucking motor in that bike. He didn't have a motor in his bike, And this is crazy. And he could have even gone in faster. Imagine if he was like racing some people up there, Crazy watts. So yeah, that's the deal. And then a few days later, he tried to do another watts and tanking. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. Anyway, that's the deal. Steroids, EPO, very, very easy to get. I'm not recommending them. I'm just saying they're very easy. They're very common. I've never used EPO. Would I use it? Yeah, I mean, in the right situation. If I was like 60 kilos and done a mad amount of training, I was absolutely flying, then yeah, I'd actually, but then again, it's like, why don't you use some microdose, some testosterone for the similar effect? For me, yeah, that's my opinion. But the thing as well with EPO, why I've never used EPO is, one, I've never trained enough to really justify it, and it's not really a safe compound in terms of chucking it into your system. You can throw a test in, and you're good to go pretty much. You might shut down your levels at certain times or certain dosages, but you'll bounce back up. But with EPO, what I've seen is people take it and then it takes a really long time to recover from that. Or they can also develop some immune issues with that because their body's attacking their own red blood cells and stuff like that, and their bone marrow or whatever. So it's sort of like, I'm like, I don't know. Doesn't sound so safe. Like, sounds like the side effects potentially, if you're unlucky, could be But as with testosterone and stuff, it's like, when you got low testosterone, then like, that's, for me, that feels good, because then you can focus on shit better, because you're not distracted by sex and sex. It's just like, I just want to ride my bike, and like, girls don't exist and stuff like that. I like having low testosterone on occasion, because it's like I can actually focus better now, be more productive. For me, I can be more productive on low testosterone than high testosterone, because high test, you just want to all the time, okay? But I can feel when my test is dropping off, because I want to ride my bike more. I want to go run. I want to read fucking running magazines and shit. So it's quite interesting how it all works. But yeah, I love being able to talk from personal experience, man. And I love the freedom. I can just be open about it and say, hey, take it or leave it. Subscribe, unsubscribe. Your choice, your life, your direction. Red pill, blue pill, purple pill, whatever. Clear pill, black pill, whatever you want to take. Your life, your choice. For me, success in life is being able to talk about openly what you want to talk about. Success in life is waking up every single day and doing what the fuck you want to do every single day, all right? And for me also, success is helping people, living a legacy, okay? That people are like, yeah, that Durant guy, I thought he was a douchebag, but man, I listen to his advice, and I can't say the wife's complaining, or I can't say the power meter's complaining, I can't say the bank account's complaining, I can't say the health is complaining.